Houston, loud and clear.
Everything you hold worthwhile is it?
And we're getting a picture on the TV.
Over 1 billion people worldwide, mostly in Africa, Latin America, and Asia, don't have access to potable drinking water. On a small farm in northern Idaho, a remarkable man is doing something about that. His name is Gary Mitchell.
When people have water, everything changes. I mean, just looking down the street changes. You know, there's a few flowers planted around. The kids are going to school. They aren't packing water all day. It just improves everything. You know, so.
Well, that's what it was so exhilarating to watch on the video, because here you have in Africa or in Bolivia some very poor people coming together, and in a very short time, with almost nothing, just $100 or so of materials, they are drilling. To me, it was so amazing at how simple the drilling apparatus and everything was, and digging the hole and the way the water flows and everything. To me, that was just ingenious.
And if we all together just concentrate hard enough, eventually we're gonna make it rain. Outside it's hot and sticky. The ground is bubbling up beneath our feet.
Like many others in this field, Gary started out with the traditional large mechanical drilling machines, which are very expensive, costly to operate, and too cumbersome to reach many of the areas most in need.
I said, Patty, I said, I'm kind of at a loss here now. I've got this rig sitting in my shop. So I put out feelers to all these people that I had met in the water, and this one guy's name kept popping up in Nakuru, Kenya. And so I thought, well, this must be the guy. And so I contacted him. Gosh, he just was overjoyed to hear that I might, ship him the welder on there. So then I didn't know how to get it there. So I was back here working in the trees one day, and I said, Gary, you got a pretty good story going here. Maybe you need some press on this. And so I called up the spokesman and contacted one of the writers there by email and told her my situation. And man, she came out and she did a full-page article on this well drilling rig. And man, the telephone just started ringing off the hook. I mean, it was amazing. And this guy calls me up and he says, hey, I think I can get that drill rig over there for you.
But as in any worthy endeavor, challenges and tragedy will
This was
strike.
all going on, and I was just finishing the drill rig. Then Civil War broke out in Kisumu, Kenya. This is where the rig was going to go. And they had they were hacking each other up with machetes. And it turned into a war zone. And I found out the guy that was going to get it was crooked. And so I decided, well, it's not going to go there. And my daughter got real sick, and we lost her to brain cancer. And so there was a period there that, not a lot of
other things.
And, but she was always so tickled that I went to do missionary work.
But like all great men, Gary Mitchell made triumph of tragedy. He discovered Water for All, a Christian ministry that has developed a unique, low-tech, cooperative, and inexpensive model for drilling wells.
At the same time, this friend from this water ministry out of California contacted me and said, hey, there's this guy in Texas that's a missionary in Bolivia, and I just saw him drill a well using this hand method that you have to see. She says, you have to go to they're going to have their first course in Texas coming up. And I said, okay, I'll go. And so I went down there, and man, I captured the vision just instantly, because I knew even a whole village couldn't afford to get a well drilled by that rig I shipped over there.
No.
They just couldn't do it. There was no way. And so when I saw this, you know, I just saw this is it. This is the answer. But the Water for All's vision is to have some young guy, you know, go and stay in the country and you know, train people how to work and be there to help keep the movement going, because it loses steam if you just go teach a group and they get their wells and, well, you know, and how they use the water is super effective. And then the missiology side of it, you know, as well. And they've got old pictures of Bolivia, where Terry was in Bolivia, the way it was when he first lived there and the way it is now. And when people have water, everything changes. I mean, just looking down the street changes.
Release me, clean me. There's water in the creek, and I will wash away my sad defeats and start this all anew.
They can get all this stuff in country. So when the idea is when this comes down in the hole, and this hits the top of this arrowhead or dart, whatever you want to call it, this surface hits it, then this valve opens up and the water comes up around this valve and shoots on up the pipe and comes out into the pit.
This is Bill Jasper with The New American. For more information, please visit waterforallinternational.org.
There's water in the creek, and I will wash away my sad defeats and start this all anew.